Good morning, gentlemen. How's everyone doing? I hope the answer to that is great. I hope you're having the greatest day of your entire life. But if you're not, I'm here. I'm here to make a video for you to produce some lovely content, hopefully. And you can sit back, relax, and watch this episode of the Minecraft single player survival series. I don't really have a title for this thing, but I usually start off my videos with a time lapse of me building something, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do that because my replay mod kind of glitched out, so what can you do? Whatever, I guess. I built some houses. You'll see that soon. In the next clip, I'll show you them. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, especially one of them, but I'll talk about that later. Anyways, though, I have a few things to talk about this episode. The Minecon Minecraft event happened, and we got to see the Cliffs and Caves, or Caves and Cliffs update, and that looks really, really cool, but I'll be talking about that later on in the video. And, I start a new project, kind of finish a new project, but, I'm just not going to talk about any spoilers because maybe you don't want to hear any spoilers, maybe you don't care. Either way, it's coming up, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, so moving on into the village, like I was saying in the first clip, how I built these two houses, and this is it. These are the two houses. This one that you're looking at right now, I think is absolutely wonderful. I don't think it's maybe my best house ever, but I just really love the colors. This right here, these interlocking bricks and stone bricks, I think that looks amazing. We put some cyan glass in there, better view over here. Also, this roof, I've been seeing a few YouTubers do it. I kind of did my own spin on things, but I just think it looks so good. This light blue color with the dark oak just looks absolutely gorgeous. This house overall, I really love it. I love this balcony we got here. I love the leaves that I put everywhere, really, because I'm using way more and more leaves, and I really hate collecting them, but what can you do? I really like the way they look. It makes things look overgrown. And then we have this house over here, this corner house. I used some acacia logs, some spruce wood. Not my favorite house ever, but I do like the way it looks. I think it fills the area and makes it look pretty nice. The roof on this one, I used some dark spruce logs, or just spruce logs, I guess. Over here, if you take a look, these two houses, the roofs are very similar. They're all very overgrown, and it's basically the same chimney design, but what I'm doing is, they are the same, but there is going to be a different house next to this house that I'm pointing out right now, and that one's going to block the blue house roof. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you'll just have to wait and see. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, this side is basically done if you're looking at it from over here, and I think it looks really great. The area looks filled up, houses look great, and I'm really excited to finish off this village and call it done. So yeah, moving on to the next clip. Alright, so moving on, in today's episode we are going to be focusing on a few new projects, and I was thinking, what have I not done? What do I need to do? And the first thing that came to mind was to work on my stronghold, where the end portal is. I want to renovate that room, make it look a little bit nicer. I didn't want to do anything too grand or too huge, just something that's simple, that's clean, and because what do you use that room? You walk out of the nether portal and you walk into the end portal, and there you are. It doesn't really need to serve any grand purpose or anything like that, so I just wanted to go with something simple. And I was just looking at all my blocks. What am I going to build this out of? Because I didn't have any inspiration. I didn't know what I was going off of. I didn't have anything to go off of, really. And yeah, I'm going to build something. I'm going to see how it goes. And yeah, I guess we'll jump into the next clip. Alright, so I think I've decided that I want to go with a black room. Now, what I mean by that is, I want it to be very dark, just this ominous room, and I have a lot of wool, so I think I'm mainly going to use wool, but I'm not too sure if I really love the texture of wool, so I might get some black concrete or some black concrete powder in there. I'm not 100% sure, though, because, I have all this wool, so I might just use that. Let's go over there, let's go over to the end portal and see what we're working with. Now, as I said, I don't want anything too grand. I want this dark, ominous room. How I'm going to execute that, I'm not 100% sure. Probably going to have to use some glass and maybe do the layered glass trick, but today don't really have that much time, so I'll see what I can get done. And if you haven't seen my nether hub or the nether hallway to the end portal, this is what it looks like. It's like this end themed place. I think it looks pretty cool going through the portal here. What's gonna be on the other side? This is what's on the other side. So this is a sand duper. I guess I haven't got these achievements. Wow, those glitch out sometimes, but like I was saying, this is my sand duper to my nether portal and a kind of end portal. Goddamn portals. As you can see, I kind of took off the two sides, and I think I'm going to take off all four sides. I can show you guys how I did that later, and what I mean by sides is, the end portal, the blocks there. But yeah, these sand dupers, I built them up. They produce like a double chest of sand, and then never really worked again. I'm not really sure, didn't really look into that, didn't fix them or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to destroy these and, clear out this room, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so I cleared the room out a bit, and now I'm going to show you guys how I got rid of these. If you don't know, there's probably plenty of tutorials, but it's very simple. All you really need is a block of dirt and some mushrooms and bone meal. You don't even really need the dirt if it's already there, but it's probably not already there, so you might want to bring that. And then what you do is you build 4 blocks down from the direction of the portal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 over. You place the red mushroom, got to use the red one, and then you bone meal it up, and it grows in place of the end portal block. So I'm not really sure what those blocks are called. Probably have a name, but you know, they grow in place of them, and they get rid of it, and that's what it looks like. So I'm going to do this on both sides, or it's already been done on the other 2 sides, so it's going to be done on all 4 sides, and it's going to get rid of those ugly blocks. You know, I'm not really going for anything in this end stone, you know, look, so got rid of them. Going to replace them with some black glass or black wool or something like that. We'll see when I get there, but yeah, that's what it's looking like. If you guys know how to do this, there you go. You know, this isn't really a tutorial, but you know, there you go. Okay, so this is what we're working with. You know, I laid down a few blocks, put some glass in, put some wool in. I'm not really sure if I'm loving it, but I feel like this is too small a sample size to really make an accurate judgment. I just put that wool over the portal so I don't walk through it, but I'm going to have to do a bit more digging, dig out the ceiling, and you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll change it up if I don't like it, but for now, this is what it's looking like. Alright, so I got the whole thing done, and this is what it's looking like right now. I kind of forgot that the portals emit light, so it isn't really all dark and ominous, and that kind of does ruin the whole effect of things. You see a lot of the texture of the wool, and that's exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. So yeah, I'm not really sold on the look of things. I actually don't like this room at all, but you know, we're going to leave it for now because it is, you know, I did waste half of my day building this. Not half of my day, like an hour, but I'm not happy with how it looks, and we're definitely going to be changing this in the future, but I'm just going to leave it looking like this for now because, you know, it's not the worst thing. It's definitely better than what we had before, but like I said, yeah, we're going to be changing this up. Jumping into the end though, this is what my end looks like, and if you're wondering what these things are right here, better destroy them. These are what the sand duper, where the sand duper went. You know, the sand would get duplicated, sent through the end, and that right there, that's all the sand that I made. Didn't really even move it, just sitting here. Gonna have to move all this stuff, but my end is actually very unfinished. I haven't built anything really other than that, what you're looking at in the corner, but I haven't built like an Enderman farm or anything like that. Just right here, this Wither Rose farm, there's a Wither sitting right there, so I gotta be careful. But yeah, didn't really I used this once, produced enough Wither Roses for my entire life, and then kind of just left it here. But you know, I'm planning to come back to the end one day and build some kind of grand project. I've seen, I think Philza, he plays Minecraft on Twitch, and he built this like aquarium thing. It's like Atlantis in the end, and that looks really cool. So I've been thinking about coming over here and building something grand, but I'm not really sure what I want to build yet. So we'll see, maybe sometime in the future. Alright, so I wanted to take this time to, you know, step away from what we're doing in the world, and I'm going to run some gameplay in the background of me finishing the greenhouses, but I want to talk about the caves and cliffs update now. I just got finished watching the Minecon Live Minecraft presentation, whatever they're calling it. I just finished watching it, the big live stream. I really recommend that you guys at least watch some clips of all the new features coming to Minecraft because, oh my god, this update is humongous. I'm so excited for it. There's so many cool new things. Some things that stood out to me. The new mob looks crazy. It, like that whole sound thing and the sound it makes, everything about it just looks really cool. The like depths of the caves, what a cool concept. The caves themselves look really cool, and I'm particularly excited for the lush caves biome. Now, if you guys watch this episode or any of my other videos, you know how much I love working with the green blocks, you know, the vines, the grasses, and just all of that stuff, the nature stuff, the overgrown stuff, and this is literally like the perfect update for me because they incorporate so many new grass, like overgrown, you know what I'm talking about, these kind of blocks. And like, for example, they have like a grass carpet now so you can hide lighting. That's absolutely perfect. We've needed that for so long. It's going to make lighting areas up so much easier. Just, there's so many new cool features. Mountains look amazing. The new wireless redstone block, that's going to be really cool to use. I'm really excited for that. Me personally, I'm not some kind of like space engineer. I can't really craft these new machineries, these redstone technologies with this block, but I'm excited to follow some tutorials and make some new redstone contraptions. That's where I'm coming from with that. Overall, this update just looks really promising. You know, there's a lot more modded features. I believe one of the guys that's working at Mojang now, they hired a bunch of new developers, and a lot of them they come from like modded backgrounds, so there's really cool new concepts that they're bringing over from modded and making them kind of feel like vanilla. But I love this new update. I think it looks really promising. I'm really excited to get into the snapshots. I'll definitely be updating to the safe ones because, you know, I don't want to ruin my world or anything like that, but I'm really excited. This update comes out next year, and you know, I just can't wait to get into it. Okay, so I finished all the interiors up for these greenhouses, and as you can see, they're all growing a different crop, a different plant type. And I haven't finished this very last one, but all the other ones are looking pretty good. I'm not sure what I'm gonna fill this one with, maybe some of those nether mushrooms, but I'll see. Anyways though, in the last episode I asked you guys what I should build in this big area over here, and I haven't got any responses, so maybe you guys are still thinking, or maybe just no one responded. But either way, I thought of some ideas. I think I know what I want to put over here. Alright, so I started to plan the area out a bit, and this is what we're working with. So each one of these logs is a tree. It represents a tree. It's going to be like a dense forest. I'm going to be continuing on the feeling of the greenhouse area, just bringing it down, just like I brought the path down. This rectangle right here, this is like a cabin, or a house, like a farmer's house. And I figured it's October, maybe we'll put a pumpkin patch here. Pumpkin patches, I guess they're not entirely seasonal, but whatever. It's Minecraft. Doesn't make that big of a difference whether it's realistic or not. I'm just here to build it. Anyways, though, that's what this side is going to be looking like. Now, for the other side, I've been watching a lot of building with Below, and I kind of went through his old episodes, and I was watching him build a grapevine. I also was playing GTA, and I realized that there was a grapevine in that, and that's what I want to put here. I want to put this like big grapevine that goes down the hill, and a lot of leaves, and I'm not really sure how to build it yet, but I'm going to be drawing some inspiration from GTA and building with Below, and we'll see where that gets me. Either way, though, I'm going to have to start working on this project. Growing all these trees is going to be a bit of a pain, but what can you do? Okay, so I grew out some of the trees, and it really did take a while, so I didn't completely finish, but I feel like I'm going to finish by the end of this video, if not the beginning of next video. Either way, it's looking pretty good. Now, I obviously haven't added any of my leaves, so these are just the base trees, as you saw from the time lapse. I still need to make the trunks a little bit bigger, add some oak logs, add some spruce stuff to them, just make them look like regular real-life trees in a way, kind of. I like making custom trees, but when you have to make a lot of them, it's just kind of boring. Either way, though, I did achieve my goal. I do feel like it feels a lot more atmospheric, and it's just going to feel even more atmospheric when I add the leaves, when I make everything look a lot better, when I make it more custom. And so far, this is what you're looking like. I'm going to move on, though. Maybe we'll work on the cabin or something like that. Alright, so the cabin is done, and wow, I picked a great time to be showing this off. There's mobs everywhere. I'm going to need to light up this area. If you don't know, my goal is for this whole area, this whole big place to be completely mob-proof. I'm going to light everything up. And back to the cabin. I think that the cabin is looking really great. This is the only thing I don't like, and it's obviously not complete. I still need to finish the roof off and the sides. But I don't like how that chimney isn't sticking out. It's kind of in the wall, so I kind of added some stairs and some walls to, texturize it a bit. Anyways, though, pretty happy with the way this is looking like. Probably should have slept, might as well do that right now, but yeah, I really like the way this cabin looks. I think it's gonna fit really well with the pumpkin patch. Kind of has that like Halloween-y theme, so I'm really happy with this. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so I fully completed the cabin, and it's obviously not looking too different from the front side, but this is what we're looking at from the side, and this is my least favorite side to look at, as I said, because of the chimney. The back is looking pretty good. It's all very overgrown because of the trees, and kind of did a bad job with these leaves. It's looking a little bit too symmetrical. Might want to break that up a bit, but yeah, all the sides are finished. I obviously still need a detail behind the house and everything. This is what the left side is looking like, also pretty nice. Overall, I'm really happy with the cabin. As I said, I think it looks perfect. I think it looks in theme with the pumpkin patch that we're going to be putting here, and yeah, I think that's basically what I want to say. Alright, so unfortunately that's all I have time for today. I used up all my time trying to fix the replay mod for that beginning bit where I wanted to put a time lapse, but it didn't work out, didn't work in my favor, so I just kind of skipped that whole part, and this video is a lot shorter because of it. I feel like we got some decent work done. We finished the cabin, we got those 2 houses done, although you didn't see me build them. They're still there, and I showed you what they look like. The world's progressing at a pretty good pace. We finished the end room. It's going to need some remodeling, but what can you do? I'm probably just going to have to tear out that whole thing. It was a shorter episode, kind of just jumped all over the place. It was very quick, but I'm happy with what we did. I'm happy with this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. I hope each and every one of you has a great day, and see you guys.